Well, welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining us again.
Hiya. Sorry, I'm trying to dodge around the dog's head.
Before we get into this week's video, I just want to say a big thank you to a lot of people, but I'll make it as quick as I can. I want to say a big thank you to all our patrons, firstly. They stick by us through thick and thin every single month. We've only got 12 of you, and they are amazing. So, guys, if you're watching this, thank you so much. We really do appreciate your support. I also want to thank everybody that's made a donation towards my classes, which we've not asked for.
No, it was quite surprised. We was very surprised, wasn't we?
Yeah, and since Tuesday's video, more people have donated. I'm not asking for donations. People just feel upon them that they want to help, and that's amazing. I'm not asking, I'm not begging, but thank you so much to those that have.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody that's placed an order with us. You're all amazing as well. And thank you to everybody that's watching our vlogs, because, thank you so much. You're watching our vlogs, you're helping us in just by watching our vlogs. Tell other people about it.
Without you guys, we wouldn't be doing it.
No, we wouldn't have any need to do it. So, thank you to everybody, basically. So, in this week's vlog, what I wanted to talk about is we've gone over a few things, haven't we? And everything that's been going on over the last few weeks and everything else. I'd actually started recording another vlog for this one. And then we decided that, actually, do you know what? There's a much better vlog that we can look at.
We think there is, anyway.
Well, we think it is, anyway, yeah.
These guys might not.
No. And it's about boat life and the reality of boat life. And that's kind of... We're going to try and include the reality of boat life from our point of view as traders. How we're making our money on the canal, how much it actually costs us every month just to survive on the canal. And then we'll look at the kind of not the pros and cons, but when we open the duck hatch, is the sun always shining and birds always tweeting?
I wish.
Is it all bells and whistles? So we're going to look at all that in this vlog, but we'll try and keep it as concise as we can. But stay tuned, because I don't think we're going to do it all sat in boat, are we?
Depends on the weather.
Depends on the weather, but
it's raining at
it won't just be a boring old drone on. So stay tuned. Right, so you'll have to bear with me if I'm looking away, because just over here I've got my laptop on and I've had to blow the screen up supersized because I can't see a thing.
Because he's blind as a bat without his goggles.
It's too far away from my reading glasses and I can't see. Take a minute. Right, so first of all we'll look at the cost.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to put the cost of buying the boat, and because obviously there's a cost involved of buying the boat and everything else, and surveys
that's not
and everything.
in our every
week, this is
month.
We've bought the boat and we're living on it. How much does it cost us as traders? And we've kind of included as much as we can. I think we've covered most of things.
Yeah.
So basically, our basic monthly break-even figure is £1,200. £300 every week. We need £1,200 every month just to break even.
Yep.
Now then, we've broke it down. So we have, obviously, because again we're doing it from a trading point of view. So we have boat expenses, kind of like general day-to-day life expenses, and we've obviously got business expenses.
Yeah.
So from a boat point of view, we have the boat license. Now we pay more than other people because we're on a 70-foot boat, and boat prices go off the length of your boat. So we're paying kind of full whack price.
And we have a trader's licence
and
as well.
As a trader, you have to have a special trader's licence, and we pay more for that as well. So we're paying more than other people would. There are some people who obviously pay maybe a little bit more than us, but it's that. So we pay on a monthly basis, because you don't actually save that much money if you pay on a yearly basis or pay monthly. I think when we worked it out, it was about £30 difference. So
a year.
Yeah, a year. So we pay £125 a month for our licence. We pay £40 a month for our boat insurance, which gives us, obviously, like your house insurance, we get contents insurance, and all the other bits and pieces that we need to have for that. So we have that. Obviously, we've got phone bills, which we budget around £55 a month for both of us. It's normally around £24-25 a month each. But on that, I mean, now with the phone bill, obviously we can make that slightly dearer, slightly more expensive, depending on what package we're on. But I have unlimited internet on my phone, and you have...
I have 75. I used to have 25, but they upgraded me to 75 for the same price I was paying for 25.
Yeah, so we might as well. But we have a different... Just very quickly, we have a different SIM card in our boat internet as we do on the phone. So when we get to an area, we have two networks that we can try and get a good signal off. If one's bad, maybe the other one's better. So that's why we have that. So we kind of should always have internet.
Doesn't always work like
doesn't
that,
always
though.
work, does it? Right, I need to do that. That's working. Yep. So we've got blacking. So we put money away. Obviously, we black the boat every couple of years, 2-3 years. So we spread that cost out. We put £25 a month away for the cost of blacking. The internet that we have on the boat, which we use 3, we pay £25 a month for that. That's what it was when we got it, and we were tied into a 2-year contract, which should be almost running out, so we can start looking around shortly. The gas that we use,
that's the wrong price there now. I think it's more £15.
Yeah, the gas has changed now since we did that. So gas works out to about £15 a month. We use the 13 kilo gas bottles, right? There's 13 kilo gas bottles, and one of those lasts us about 3 months. So yeah, probably somewhere in the region of about £15 a month for gas.
About £45 a big bottle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Depending on where you get it from.
Yeah. Boat safety certificate, you get that done every 4 or 5 years. I can't remember where it is now. But that works out at about £5 a month. And that's kind of it. There's other you've got that, the sundries. You've got the things like, you've got your TV license. Can't think what else.
You know, when your brain goes blank.
Yeah. And then we've got like another big one, which is diesel. Diesel, at the moment we're using diesel for heating and moving, running the engine, hot water. Through summertime, obviously, that will come down because we won't be using as much diesel in the fire, but then we might be cruising a bit more. So it should come down a bit, but, you know, not by much. So depending on the rough fuel prices, obviously this price can fluctuate depending on fuel prices, but we're spending about anywhere between £300 to £400 a month on diesel. But our figures are based roughly there or thereabouts at about 300, just probably £340, something like that a month for diesel. But that's obviously as it is now in winter time. We've then got £50 a month that we spend on dog food and on the stuff for the birds, anything we need for them.
That should be pet food now.
Well,
not
pet
dog
food, yeah, pet food. And then obviously food for us. But this is not just food. This is food, food, cleaning products,
toiletries.
Yeah, so kind of all that kind of shopping stuff, and we have £250 a month for that.
Which isn't a lot. I keep getting told.
Yeah, which is not a lot apparently for 2 people, but we were all right on it, aren't we?
Yeah.
So that's our boat cost. Then we've got the business costs. So we then, on the business side, we have business insurance. So we pay £20 a month for our business insurance. Yeah. That's your public liability and kind of product liability, all those kind of things that you need to have as a business. We pay £25 a month for the website. I don't know whether that's right now, but we have an Amazon subscription, which is kind of a business expense, and it isn't, because obviously we get Amazon Music, we get Amazon Prime on the TV, but we use it because we can get parcels through it. Yeah.
Work. That's why we got it.
And we can, because it's on Prime, we can get next day delivery and things like that, and it's quicker. So that's why we use that. But it's now about £100 a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I've got that down at being like near as damn it about £9 a month ish, something like that. But it's about £100 a year. We have other subscriptions that we pay for. Now, I've not got all the subscriptions down there because it is a bit more than that. But that's things like Microsoft Office. We have Adobe Photoshop because we need to be able to edit photographs for the sublimation work and doing all the thumbnails and all the other stuff that we do. So we got that. So that's coming in at probably, I've not added all that up. That's probably about £20 a month. Something like that. We pay £5 a month as well to have a specific business email address that links through with the website. What else do we have? We have a material cost, which obviously we can't make stock and we can't send orders, right? We don't have the materials in the first place to make anything. So we budget about £200 a month for that, but sometimes that could be less than that. Sometimes it could be a heck of a lot more than that. I know last month we ended up having to get a lot more materials than what we budgeted for. Yeah, so them are the costs. So we reckon that's roughly around about the £1,200 mark. Now, what we haven't included in that, because that's our break-even figure, that's kind of like the essentials that we need every month to kind of survive. What we haven't included in that is putting any money away into savings in case anything goes wrong with the engine or the boat or anything breaks or, whatever. There's no money in there for savings. There's no money in there for clothing allowance. There's no money in there for kind of fun. There's nothing there for going to the pub for a meal or a drink or just going out doing, something for a day out.
Well, we don't really like splash out, do we?
Yeah, going for a coffee.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
But yeah, so there's not money for that. What else have we not included in that?
We don't have pet insurance.
Yeah, so we don't pay for pet insurance because the pet insurance is just phenomenally expensive.
We did have pet insurance. We had it when we got Poppy.
And we had it when we had Shadow as well.
But it got that expensive.
Yeah.
And for the 3 dogs now, it's something like £150, £160 a month.
Which we just can't afford.
No.
So we what we do is any money that we do make gets put away. So
Touch wood, we never need it.
No, but any money, so that's our break-even point. So any money that we make over that, obviously then we can go out for a drink, we can go for a meal, we can go for a coffee, we can have a takeaway, we can put it away for the dogs in case they do need to go to the vets, we can buy some clothes. That's what it goes into savings and we can do whatever we need to do. And that's our cost. Now that might be, I'm assuming that's going to be a heck of a lot cheaper than living on land.
Because that's running a business as well and everything.
That's running my business and doing everything else. I mean, there are other expenses in there. I've obviously got accountancy fees, which is about £180 a year in that. So there are other expenses that I forgot, and some of these will change. But even at that, I think that is still cheaper than living on land. isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think it's all relative as well, because that, for us, is a very large amount of money to find every week, £300 every week, from just plying our crafts and selling online, especially through winter time when we can't towpath trade. You know, it can become a challenge. But, touch wood, we seem to manage. There are times that we don't manage.
Yeah.
And people say, well, what do you do that? So with that, we just
cut back,
tighten our belts.
and don't put money away for things like blacking and boat safety and things like that.
Yeah, the website, the boat safety, all those things that you pay once every couple of years, or just make one annual payment. We don't have to put money away for that month. We'll cut back on food, we cut back on having the fire on, we might not move as much, and we can tighten our belts to allow that. It just means that when we get more into summertime and we're making more money, we then have to put double away of something. So we just do it that way, and it works for us, doesn't it? It's we've got by so far on it. But that is our cost of living on Lady Brian. So I don't know how that relates. If you're a boater, I don't know how that relates to your own personal thing, or not. I don't know. But yeah, that's how it relates to us. Well, we decided to carry on the towpath. I'm not sure whether the sound quality is going to be any good, because clever me forgot to check how much room I had left on the memory card. So I've come out with my camera, and not enough room on the memory card to film the rest of this vlog. So I'm recording on my phone. So I apologise if the sound quality is not as good. But yeah, so we've looked at how much it costs us to live on Lady Brian every month, there or thereabouts anyway. So the question is it all bells and whistles? What's the reality of living on a boat? What do you reckon?
In summer, it's fantastic. Bright blue sky, sunshine, you do get the birds tweeting, the little baby ducks, this, that and the other. In winter, it's nice, but it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It can be hard.
Yeah. A lot of vlogs out there, you see this kind of idyllic situations, or and it's not like that all the time.
No.
Far from it. As you can probably tell with our vlogs, engine trouble, falling in the canals. Things do go wrong.
Sorry, it's raining.
Yeah, it's just started raining as well. I'll try and get my own up. So there are times where it's not that good. Yeah, you can bet. Yeah, well, they always say the gas always goes at the most inconvenient time. Well, it's never going to go at a convenient time, is it? Because it's only ever going to go when you want to use it. But yeah, for us it tends to go when there's a storm or it's ice.
Yeah.
In one of our previous vlogs, it was the gas locker was frozen shut, and the gas bottles were frozen to the bottom of the gas locker, and the nozzles were all the wrong way around, and you're lying and crawling on ice cold metal, and your hands go numb. It's not great. For those who've got wood fires, you've got to get on your roof in winter to get another bag of coal down. It's raining, it's wet, it's mucky, towpaths are muddy.
Yeah.
You come back from a walk with the dogs are filthy, all that gets put through your boat gets mucky. In summertime, You've got your duck hatches open, your windows open, bikes go past on a dusty, dry track. All that dust comes into your boat, and everything. You know, there are probably as many downsides as there are good sides.
But we still wouldn't change it, would we?
Oh, I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change it for the world, because even with all that, it's better than living on land.
Yeah.
So, what are the other downsides that we've experienced living on board as traders?
As traders are in general.
Well, either or, but including things that we do as traders.
Well, as traders, theft from the stall. We have had some
Yeah.
they try to steal off the stall. As soon as they saw you, we soon put it down and moved away.
Yeah. And we have had things stolen off the roof of our boat.
Yeah. We got threatened.
Yeah, someone threatened us with a machete last year.
Yeah.
You get people, gongoozlers, wanting to peer in your boat.
Oh yeah, in the summer when you've got the duck hatch open, we've had people actually holding onto the side of the boat.
You've gone, yeah.
Holding onto the side of the boat and actually leaning in to look in the boat, and I'm sat on the couch trying to hold Shadow
Yeah.
from jumping up, because he probably wouldn't bite them, but if his head hit them in the face, he's going to seriously hurt them.
Yeah.
I don't know, what can you think of?
Yeah, I mean, there's all them. I mean, some of them are quite big things, you know.
Yeah.
Not everybody on the canal is boater friendly.
No, not every boater on the canal is friendly.
No. You know. And it does tend, like we said, it does tend to be a lot harder in winter than it does in summer, because the boating community kind of almost seems like it hibernates. No one really moves, there's not really many people about. In summertime, there's a lot more people move around and things like that.
We get to meet a lot more people in summer anyway due to trading.
Yeah. So it can be lonely. It can be a very lonely lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, if you do like company, even as a couple, it can be lonely, can't it?
Yeah, because you get bored of talking to each other. I get bored of talking to him anyway.
But it can be lonely when you don't see anybody and you haven't got friends and things like that, you know. And sometimes it's nice to have some more female company or some more male company and things like that. And that can be, and especially if you're a solo boater, it can be very lonely in winter time, especially because, you know, the weather's not great. You don't go out as much. No one's moving around. Yeah, you don't see one people from week to the next. I mean, there's very few boats past us now, isn't there? You know. But in summertime, all that changes. You can sit outside in the sun, relax, people watch, because there's always people around, loads of boats around. So yeah, it's a kind of a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah. I still wouldn't change it.
No, not for all the money in the world. I wouldn't change it. You know, we struggle from time to time.
But
I'd rather do that.
People on land.
Yeah.
People on land struggle. So.
But I'd rather. Yes. But the stress. It's not a stress-free life. If someone tells you it's a stress-free life, it's not. It's not a stress-free life. It's still stressful. It's just that it's different stress.
One of the other good things is if you're more up somewhere and you don't like your neighbours,
you
move on.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, and you don't have to see them again.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else. No doubt as soon as we finish recording, I'll go. Should have said.
Yeah, there'll be loads of other things, and if you can think of anything else that you think is an advantage or a disadvantage to being on the boat that we haven't even covered, then drop it in the comments box. Let us know your experiences as well. You know, let's put it out there, because I think there's a lot of people at the moment looking for that alternative lifestyle, even if it's not necessarily off-grid living, but looking to have something different than bricks and mortar, whether that be vans, boats, whatever. And yeah, some of the vlogs that go out there make everything look like it's hunky-dory and everything's fantastic, and
it's not always like that.
we try and keep our channel real, and we thought that you may appreciate our real terms.
Yeah.
From a trading point of view, if anybody was thinking of trading, you're never going to be rich.
No.
You're never ever going to be rich trading on a canal. If you've got a really good online business, which is what we're trying to do, we're trying to build up that, then potentially you could make some more money. But just relying on towpath trade,
there's nobody about.
there's one boat down there and not a soul in sight. So, you don't make a lot of money. Like I said, well, like I said, we need to make £300 a week minimum, absolute minimum. And that can be very, very hard to achieve.
Yeah.
And when you are achieving it, you really, really do have to work hard for it.
Yeah.
Making stock, doing long, silly hours cruising, and that can be hard if there's stoppages or you're queuing up at locks. That can put added pressure. Yeah, people vandalising locks and things like that. That can all add stress to it, and it can be hard to make the money. So if you're thinking about coming on and you don't have a big pension fund you can live off, you don't have a big pot of money you can live off, seriously think about how you're going to fund your lifestyle. YouTube is not going to fund your lifestyle.
No, far from it.
Far from it. I'll be honest with you, if we have a good month, we make about £40. For all the vlogs that we put out, all the Tuesdays, all the Thursdays, the amount of work that we put into it, and we get £40 back. And it won't pay you out until you've earned a minimum of £60.
But you don't do it for that, do you? You
No.
do it because for family, you do it for the business.
And for people's enjoyment.
Yeah, and people that like it.
But if you're thinking that, doing YouTube's going to, pay a lot of money, it's not.
And it's a lot of hard
pennies.
work.
It's a lot of hard work, it's very time consuming, and it's pennies. So, if you want to do it, great, do it, because the more people's opinions out there, for me, the better. But you're jogging us about.
Sorry,
We're going to have wobbly cam because you're knocking us out. Yeah. But yeah, so seriously think about that. How you're going to fund your lifestyle, because one of the things you don't want to be doing is getting into this lifestyle and then finding out that you can't, maintain it. But I think we've rambled on for not long enough.
Well, one
now.
more thing. I think in the
on.
next few weeks, probably 4 weeks or so, we're going to be doing a Q&A, aren't we?
Are we doing another one?
Yeah. So if you've got any questions you want to ask, bob them down below. Sorry, I do excuse my finger. I can't bend that finger, so I'm pointing like that, and it's like
Yeah.
I can't bend that one. Yeah, just bob
Right on, dude.
Stop it. Bob your comments down below. We'll answer them in the next Q&A we do, won't we?
Yeah. Okay. Stop bouncing on this gate, you.
Can't help it.
Wobbly cam all the time.
Wobbly cam and pointy finger.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to throw it down.
Yeah.
And we've got quite a walk back, so
Along a dangerous road.
yeah. So we better get heading back. And I need to go and cut my hair because my hair's sticking up everywhere. It just will not stick down. And this is all scruffy, so I think it's time to go and have a
shave.
I think it's time. Go and have a shave and an haircut. Right, come on, let's get back.
Come on then.
Anyway, guys, listen, we're going to head back before we start getting wet again. And look after yourselves. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been kind of informative and enlightening. If not, I'm sorry. If it has been, brilliant. That's exactly what we wanted to achieve. But for now, we'll see you all next week. Take care, guys.
Bye.